Welcome to the Black Guys, the Black Guy. Welcome to the Black Sales Guy channel. My name is Road BL Telemac, and I am the Black Sales Guy. And today we're going to be breaking down objection handling, specifically breaking down objection handling into 5 simple steps that is designed to help you transform your sales game. What I'd recommend is forget seeing objections as roadblocks, no pun intended. We're going to help you turn them into stepping stones to close more deals. So let's dive right in. So step 1, identifying the objection. So the first step in handling any objection is to identify what type you're actually dealing with. We break down objections into 6 main types. So the first category is fear-based. Fear-based objections are related to the prospect's concerns or anxieties about moving forward. They have some type of fear or anxiety about moving forward with your solution. The second objection category is logistical. This involves the movement of money. The third objection is money. Now, money could be about a few different things. So money could be about value. Money could be about the ROI, which is return on investment, or money can simply be about the lack of having the actual funds or not wanting to allocate the actual funds. So now we have number 4, which is partner. Now, partner is when they need to consult an external third party. Now, you'll have different variations of partner because in a caveat, sometimes you'll get multiple objections. That's not uncommon because you'll have logistical money, meaning they logistically have to go and find the money or move the money around to move forward with your solution. Or you can have fear money, meaning they have a fear of spending the money. So I want you to see how, it's not just black and white. You can have overlap. So partner could be, again, logistical partner. Maybe you're talking to a corporation and you're talking to a senior executive, but they can't purchase a certain amount over a certain threshold. So they need board approval or they need some type of governance approval. That would be logistical partner. We'll break it down as we go, but I want to make sure that everyone's on the same page. And then the next one we have is think about it. Now, think about it is really not a valid concern or objection in most cases. And I'm saying most because think about it is often related to money, value, or results. If you ever heard this saying, like, I need to sleep on it or think about it, more often than not, the solution isn't a mattress. So it doesn't make logical sense that they're going to go and sleep on it or go and think about it. There's usually, I don't want to speak in definitives, but usually there is an objection or a concern that we haven't resolved or addressed yet. So they give you the think about it, which is actually a smokescreen, in my opinion. So that brings us to our 6th category, smoke screens. Smoke screens are when they're just not that interested, but they don't want to say no directly because there's some form of avoidance going on. So you'll hear things like, I'll think about it, get back to me, we'll see. These are all, in our opinion, smoke screens. Now, it's very important that now that you know all 6 categories, to use your active listening skills here. Really hear what the prospect is saying and categorize the objection. This step is crucial because each type needs a different approach. So let's move on to step 2. We always recommend, once you've identified the objection type, your next step is to address any logistical issues first. Now you may be asking why. Because if there's a practical problem, no amount of emotional reassurance will solve it. For example, if the objection is about the timing of payments, which is logistical, focus on finding a solution that works for their cash flow because they want to move forward with your solution. It's just logistically, they have a challenge or a roadblock that you two need to work together to overcome. For example, if the objection is about, like we talked about, the timing of payments, maybe, right, a different payment schedule or exploring financing options would help them. Remember, logistical objections often masquerade as other types, so dig deep. Ask questions like, for example, if there was a way to rearrange the payment schedule, would this be a solution you feel could help you get to where you want to go? Now, if they say yes, then you know, okay, that's a good indicator that we just need to resolve the logistical issue. If they say no, then that leads me to believe there's a concern that we haven't addressed, and they're just giving you a smokescreen because they don't want to tell you directly no. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's move on to step 3. Now that we've cleared any logistical hurdles, it's time to address the emotional side of it, right? Because you have a logical side, a logistical side, and you have an emotional side. We need both of them because all humans have emotions, unless you're a psychopath. We need to combine them two so that it makes logistical and emotional sense. So once we've addressed the actual logistical hurdle, now let's address the emotional side. This is where, if you have the ability, perspective shifts and reframing comes in handy. So 2 powerful reframing techniques are: 1, change of process reframe. So all that is showing them a different way to look at the actual process, or showing them a different way to look at the challenge, or a perspective shift reframe where you help them see the situation from a new angle. They are very, very similar. For instance, if a prospect is afraid of making a mistake, you might simply ask them, well, first stating, I understand, as long as you do understand. I understand, and that's not a problem. Now you get permission. Would you be open to looking at things from a different perspective? It's very important that we get permission for them to look at something from a different perspective. Because if you just go off trying to shove your new perspective down their throat, they may be closed off. But if they do give you permission to offer them a new perspective, then you do just that. For example, would you be open to looking at things from a different perspective? Let's assume they say yes. Okay. Is sticking with the status quo that has you in insert whatever negative circumstance that they told you the safest option in today's fast-changing market, or would you rather do something possibly different so that you can give yourself a chance at getting a different outcome? That is simply a very simple perspective shift reframe, having them look at something in a different view or different lens. The key here is empathy. Like, show that you understand their concerns and you're not dismissing them. Then help them, as long as they're willing, help them see things from a new perspective. Hopefully that makes sense. So step 4, offer specific solutions. With the objection now identified and both logistical and emotional aspects addressed, it's time to offer specific solutions. Now, this will vary depending on the objection type. So for partner objections, for example, we want to get on the same side as your prospect. All right. We want to determine, is this a logistical partner challenge, or is this a fear-based partner challenge? So we first have to get on the same side as your prospect and then determine if the partner approval is genuinely needed. If so, schedule a follow-up that includes the partner. If the partner approval is genuinely not needed, and there's certain techniques you can do to find out like which is which, then you would go with trying to move forward right there in that conversation to the next step. For money objections, first confirm if more money would actually solve the problem. Like, is this a logistical money issue or is this a fear money issue? Help them, if it's simply logistical, help them brainstorm some possible funding solutions or some new payment schedules. And then from there, you'll know exactly what needs to happen. The key is to be proactive in all of these scenarios and creative in finding solutions that work for your prospect's specific situation. Now, step 5, confirm and move forward. The final step is to confirm that you fully address their concerns and to move the conversation forward. You can do this very simply by asking something like, okay, and have we addressed all your concerns about whatever XYZ objection that they spoke about? If they say yes, great. Move forward with the next step in your sales process. If they say no or raise another objection, that's okay too. Simply cycle back through these steps for the new concern. Remember, objection handling is more of a conversation than it is a confrontation. We don't want to confront them. We are on the same side of the table, resolving the concern together. Like, your goal is to collaborate with your prospect to find a solution that works for both of you. Now, you have all 5 steps now. So step 1, identify the objection type. Step 2, address logistical objections first. Step 3, handle emotional and fear-based objections next. Step 4, offer specific solutions. Step 5, confirm and move forward. Practice these steps, and you can't guarantee anything, right? Because in guarantee, life, only thing guaranteed is, one day we'll die and we'll pay taxes, and then when we die, we'll pay more taxes. But what I can express is that you'll be in a far better position now that you have a strategy if you haven't had one before. Now, if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe. Drop a comment below with your toughest objection, and I'd love to hear how you handle it. You can also follow us on our new Instagram page, The Black Sales Guy. And you can find us at theblacksalesguy.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.